time and to make things a little bit more organized when I go through your initial messages, okay? So I'll go over this in a little bit. I'm just going to go over your initial messages that came through when I was shuffling. I have a lot of heavy energy that is coming through for this month. One of the first things I'm feeling is that I feel like a lot of you are watching your communication very, very carefully. Like you're being very methodical, you're being very selective about how you communicate as well as the words that you are choosing. So I feel that you're very discerning when it comes to communication with a significant person. This is somebody that you are emotionally invested in, okay? I feel like for some of you, a lot of you are meeting new people, so I feel like majority of people watching this, you might be entering, you might have met somebody recently, and by recent I mean like 2-3 months ago, and you are trying to move things forward with this person, and it feels as if things are happening really, really fast. Like things are being streamlined, things are happening so fast, and I feel because of it you're taking time off to really reassess how you feel about a specific situation. And, I feel like you trust the other person, even though you've just met, you trust the other person, but things are happening so fast that it feels like you're a little bit dizzy, like the progression of the relationship, that partnership is heading into a very serious direction. So especially for those who are newly, dating somebody, I feel like you have your eyes on a specific person and you're trying to take things to the next level. I keep seeing a sense of geographical distance between you and another person. Like, they might be an hour's drive, they might be a few hours drive, or there might be like even, like a state away, or just, there is a significant amount of space, distance between you and another person. And I feel like you're trying to wrap your head around how this is going to work, but I do see relationships being taken to the next level because you have somebody in your life that is quite significant to you and things are going really well, I feel. For others of you who are in, long-standing relationships, I do feel that I feel like you might be trying to extract yourself, and there are like either financial considerations, financial entanglements, unresolved financial issues that you are not ready to that you both parties have not made an agreement how to separate just yet. So, and then there are others that are just taking trips together. If you're in stable, marriage or solid relationships, there's a lot of trips back and forth, okay? Either to see family, because it is for those who are dealing with legal issues as it pertains to either custody issues, estate issues, financial obligations, entanglements between you and, a spouse or somebody that you are trying to leave. I do sense that there is some I feel like linkages between you and the other person, and they're saying that you are on your best behavior, like you're really careful about how you are coming across, mainly because you want to be fair, you want the assets to be divided equally, and then you want to like smooth out all the wrinkles so that you can part, in on good terms. So that's coming through as well. There is a lot of what I'm seeing is like I'm seeing two men and two women. And of course, like when I do these general readings, they're not always like gender specific, but I feel like there's somebody stuck in a relationship with another person, and then there's you're stuck in another relationship with another person, and both parties like each other, and they're trying to, from their respective ends, trying to figure out what to do. So either way, I feel like there's a lot of third party interference when it comes to custody issues, when it comes to relationships, taking relationships to the next level. And I feel that, even if you're not involved with somebody who's coupled up or married, I still feel that there's a lot of residual emotional baggage from your end and from their end that's preventing both of you to come together in a harmonious manner, mainly because, trust issues, because of like past disappointments, past hurts, and I guess like life history. You're not really sure how you can work together as a unit. So these challenges are coming through. What I'm also feeling is that I feel a lot of you are careful. It's almost like you want a relationship to end, but I feel that you're really careful because you still want to maintain, good rapport with one another. And they're basically telling you that you can't really expect, let's be friends. And I feel like from your end, it's easier for you than the other person because, you are an Aquarius, you have a wide circle of friends. And I feel that it's easier for you to say, let's be friends. The other person might not be ready just yet. So they're saying, end things. It doesn't matter how it ends. If it needs to be ended, just end things and then take care of the friendship later. Maybe, months or years down the line, you both can come together and be amicable. But I feel for right now, a lot of feelings are being stirred up, and it's not the best option, or it's not even possible to do at this time. But in the future, once the wounds have, once the dust settles, once the wounds have healed up, then you both can come together. So they're saying that, you can't have it all. So it's better to close some doors if it's something that you've been struggling with for quite some time, okay? Let me see if there's anything else coming through. I feel like a lot of you are shifting your mindset. So in the past, you might have like dated around a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. You were just trying to find the right partner. But I feel that you were flitting from one person to the next, and I feel that a lot of you are entering this month, and you're thinking about more long-term potential prospects. You're thinking more about, how do I make my life a lot more stable? So I feel it can pertain to relationships. It can pertain to just lifestyle choices. It can pertain to your overall sense of like rootedness. So I feel as if, if you have been traveling a lot, shifting from one location to the next, trying to find like excitement, trying to find stimulation, and I feel that you might have been really difficult to pin down. You might have also like craved that nomadic type of lifestyle for the past few years even. I feel like this is the month in which, it could be as a result of meeting somebody who wants to settle down, or you are aiming for a lot more simplicity. You're aiming for a lot more rootedness, groundedness, and you're aiming for a lot of stability. So you're shifting from this nomadic, chaotic lifestyle to a little bit more structure, to a little bit more I want to say like stability, predictability. And in the past, you might have thought that, oh, predictability is boring. But now you are actually embracing it and you're actually welcoming it. And I feel that it's going to be really good for you because, you know, Aquarius are ruled by both the planet Uranus, which deals with like breaking out of the status quo, but it's all your ancient ruler is also Saturn, and Saturn deals with restriction. So with every Aquarius, there is usually this inner dynamic, this inner conflict about freedom versus restriction. So I feel that this is the month in which you're kind of like erring on the side of stability. You know, you want a little bit more structure in your life, and you're trying to find ways to do that for yourself in work, and also in your romantic relationships, and also with your family. Okay, so it's a change, a major change of pace, but I feel that you are not fearing it. You are actually welcoming it. And I do sense that a lot of you are watching this. You might have had your Saturn transit, you know, at 30, and or also like 36, 37 or so. So I feel that a lot of you are doing some major restructuring of your life because you are craving a little bit more consistency and stability, okay? Which is great. So having said that, let us go into your reading here. The first two cards that I have out here is the Princess of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles in the traditional sense indicates a situation where we are feeling a little bit kind of like cast out in the cold, okay? So this is a card about like financial lack. This is a card about worries about financial standing and worries about, our long-term financial prospects. So I do feel a lot of you are like thinking about you might be in a relationship with somebody where you're just like how do I make a financial future that is stable only not only just for myself but for a significant other. And I feel that a lot of you are coming into this month with a very serious state of mind about improving, enhancing, or even stabilizing your financial foundation so that you're going to have like a pretty nest egg when you retire. So you're thinking long term about, investment opportunities, ways to make your money grow for you, or even ways to like expand how much you're earning so that things are becoming a lot more stable, not only for you but for like the people that you really care about. So you are becoming a little bit more other oriented. You usually are other oriented, but I feel like you are including more people into your financial calculations. So you're trying to stabilize your life so that you can secure either a house, a stable, place to conduct business, or even like taking better care of the house, the property that you are in, and taking care of your relationship in a more responsible, in a more stable manner. Okay, so it's a very, very good card overall. I do feel for you financially, you're making money, so I feel like money's coming in, but it's almost like you're trying to save up for a rainy day, so you're living a little bit like a pauper. You might be saving up for extensive, I want to say like this is a card also about what I feel is, tax season. It's the end of the year. You might be allocating a lot more money, taking money out of your savings in order to pay taxes, in order to buy gifts, in order to like pay it forward. So I feel like you, on the one hand, we have the Nine of Pentacles here, which indicates a lot of money is coming through. And a lot of you might be self-employed and you're doing some creative, side gigs as well. So you're making a lot of money, but I feel that the money that you're making, you're spending it wisely. You're putting a lot in savings and you're saving up for a rainy day, and you could even be saving for tax season when that rolls around next year. Okay, so I feel that you're very stringent about, controlling how much is leaving your hands, mainly because you're becoming a lot more responsible with money. What is linked up with the Five of Pentacles here is the Princess of Cups. And the Princess of Cups basically indicates to me, this is a budding new relationship. So this is the Page of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And it usually indicates like an offer of love, a gesture coming through from another person. It is a page energy, so I feel like a lot of you are entering some type of a new deal with another person. Okay, so like a new engagement, a new relationship. This is somebody that is newly in the picture, so it's not somebody that you've been resting with for the past few years. This is somebody that you've just met. It's something fairly new. It has a lot of potential, and I do feel there is a very strong vibe of like ride or die type of vibe. I feel that you've got somebody that you are very much emotionally in tune with, and I do feel that it's sort of like through thick and thin, and this is a person that I feel that you would rough it out for. Okay, so we have that coming through. A lot of you might be dealing with a water sign. In whatever capacity the water sign comes up, this can be their sun, moon, or rising. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like this is the person that might be lacking in funds. So they're not like the richest people in the world, but I feel that They're quite reliable. I feel like this is something new, and this is somebody that you really enjoy spending time with. So because they might not have a lot of money, I feel that a lot of you, if you're involved with them romantically even, I feel like you're spending a lot of time doing simple things, you know, going for hikes, cooking at home, and I feel that because it's something that you're doing out of necessity, mainly because they might not have all the financial resources. You're starting to appreciate the simple life. You know, so I feel like that's what's coming through here, and it's re-examining the way that you are spending money in the past, or you have spent money in the past. For some of you, I feel like it could be a family member too, somebody who is going through some financial difficulties. You might be financially linked with them, like you're helping them financially, or you are in a position where you know they're very cautious with money. Water signs are usually quite cautious with money. And I feel that you're learning important karmic lessons as it pertains to how you make money, how you spend your money, how you save up. So you're getting kind of like a reality check when it comes to, you know, how you've been spending your money. Not that you're lacking funds, but I feel like a lot of you might have been extravagant, and you're realizing those are lost opportunities, or lost, you know, chunks of money that you might have squandered in the past. So you're being a little bit more methodical, and you're learning through somebody else's, you know, insights. Okay, so they're providing a little bit of insights as to how you can better manage your money. So that's always good. I feel like it's a learning experience either way. What is coming through as well, the next cluster here is the Eight of Wands. And this is swift, rapid communication. This is coming through from somebody far away from you. And I do feel as well, it is also indicative of traveling that happens at the very last minute. It might be unplanned, unexpected, but I feel that it is coming through. It's also linked up here with the Ace of Wands. So a lot of you might be traveling because you've landed some new projects in your, you know, stable 9 to 5 type of employment. There's a new project, a new client, a new customer, a new portfolio that you're supposed to land. So I feel that you're doing some traveling as it pertains to the work environment. And overall, you're getting a lot of communication coming through from people, like through electronic means, like telephone, text messages, emails, and you're going to have to be very quick on the uptake in order to land these lucrative clients or these lucrative assignments, so that you can increase your financial standing, so that you can increase, you know, how much money you're making. So I do see a lot of ambition geared towards keeping money, making a lot of money, and retaining a lot of money. So I feel that a lot of you might be called upon to work overtime this month if you're in a if you're employed by somebody else, or even if you're self-employed. There's a lot of demand for your services. So keep yourself on your toes and take care of, you know, responsibilities in a timely manner, because I feel like last minute clients, last minute, like I feel, you know, if you have people working for you, they might call out sick too. So I feel that, you know, then the responsibility falls on you. If you can't find a replacement, then you're gonna have to be the one to handle it. So I do feel a lot of busy energy as it pertains to new clients, new opportunities to make money, and travel as well, to see these people, to see things through, to inspect sites, to come out to a property, to inspect a property. For those who are a real estate agent, I do see this happening very quickly, especially if you're in the market for to flip houses. I feel like, you know, there might be a lot of foreclosures, and you have like several options to choose from, and they're going really fast. I see like foreclosures, I see bidding, I see a lot of property listed, and then they're going really, really fast. So you're going to have to be very swift on the uptake in order to secure houses, okay? If you are thinking about buying a new property, renting a new property, or even like shifting from where you are living to another location, it is going to be in your best interest to be very, very nimble, to, you know, check the online listing, check to see what's available, and refresh the page on a more frequent basis, because a lot of listings are coming through as it pertains to property. Okay, so I feel like if you have been kind of, I don't want to say like kicked out, but it feels to me like there might be a few foreclosure. You might be, leaving one housing situation in a less than favorable terms. Somebody else is coming through with an offer for a new location. And I do feel the new location is going to be very, very good for you. It's got a good landlord, it's got good tenants, and I feel like it's a lot more stable. So if you're, looking for housing opportunities, don't worry, it's going to be very stable. The next place I feel is something that is right for you, and it's going to be better than where you left, okay? So it's looking stable and good so far. The next cluster deals with the King of Cups as well as the Four of Wands. So this person has been popping up in your reading for a long period of time. And I just want to say, I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like this is a new person. I don't feel like that, the water sign has been popping up, but I feel this is a new person, mainly because we have the Princess of Cups coming through, which is a new energy. It's intention setting. And then you have this person coming through. This is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and there is some type of living arrangement that you are handling with this person. You might share space together. You might be roommates. They might be your landlord. You might be, their landlord. So there is also an element here of having to share space here with a water sign, sun, moon, or rising. And I do feel that things are looking very, very good. This is someone who's very caring. They're very considerate. They might leave some food, drinks, and things like that for you. They're very, very considerate. And I do feel that they're bringing in good cheer, merriment, and a lot of soothing energy within your housing environment. If you are not dealing with this person in a housing environment, I definitely feel, and I'm going to do your relationship reading in a little bit, but there's a lot of merriment, there's a lot of celebratory energy in the housing environment. I usually think of this as housewarming card, housewarming party, people coming by with if they're attending a housewarming party for you, they're coming by with wine, with food, with a lot of things that you can use for the party, like festivities. Okay, so wine, food, gifts, little trinkets here and there, and things like that, but it's mainly related to drinks and food. If you have recently met this person, I do feel there is a sense of stability coming back in this relationship. At least you know where you stand, and at least you know where you stand with them. At least you know how stable they are. Now, if you are dealing with this person, for the past few years, if this is an old person that has been in your life or in and out of your life, and they're not new, I feel like they are currently in a relationship, so you want to be careful. If you want to know how they feel about you, and they've been around for quite a few years, I would say 8 months to 2 years, 3 years, or even longer. If they're not a new person, I feel that they are in a position where they are dating again, they're in a serious relationship, or they're dating and taking things to the next level with another person. Okay, so I do sense that coming through. Just be careful. Um, Lastly, we do have the World and the Queen of Wands. So the World indicates a very, very expansive energy. This is usually I think about this, especially for Aquarius or Sagittarius. This is a card about good luck when it pertains to being able to expand outside of your geographical location, being able to grab opportunities when they come in. I feel that you have a really good sense of timing, Aquarius in general, you and Sagittarius. You have a very good sense of timing to know when something is right for you. When opportunities come knocking, you don't hesitate. So I feel that intuitively you know what's really good for you, okay? So I feel a lot of opportunities for travel, a lot of opportunities for communication happening between you and people, like around you, but there is almost like a sense of geographical distance between you and other people that you are communicating with. So this is a card also about returning back to school, trying to expand your philosophical outlook, trying to expand your mind, and trying to learn new skills, new things to make yourself a lot more marketable on the work front, okay? It's linked up here with the Queen of Wands. So I feel that a lot of you are taking risks when it comes to travel, when it comes to like putting yourself out there in a way where you're leaving yourself vulnerable, but you trust the other person a lot. So you're not in a position where you want to, guard yourself or keep people at arm's length. You're a lot more receptive to new ideas, new philosophies, new ways of doing, and you're not acting as like as rigid or even as like tunnel vision. So I feel that on the one hand, you know where you stand and you know what you're about, but I feel that if someone can come through with a persuasive argument, they can persuade you to come on board with their ideas and with their politics or philosophies, okay? So it's linked up here with the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is showing up here as a fire sign. This is a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. This is somebody that is providing travel opportunities for you. And I feel that you might be communicating with this person. They are somebody, I feel in this deck especially, they are somebody with a lot of wisdom, with a lot of insight, with a lot of like very interesting life history. And I do feel there is travel either with this person or to see this person. It's not gender specific, but I feel like you're dealing with a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising. And I feel that this is somebody that is really, really caring. I feel like they're doting on you. They are providing a lot of opportunities for you to travel with them, to travel to see them. And they are somebody who's a little bit more family oriented. They want you to be a part of their family. So I feel that there is a family vibe strongly indicated with this person. If this person is like somebody in your own family, I feel like they're providing, opportunities, like either financially for you to travel. If this is somebody you are romantically involved with, I feel like they're very nurturing, very caring, prone to jealousy. They need a lot of attention. They need a lot of attention. They need a lot of reassurance and a lot of attention. But I do feel that there's travel and movement happening in order to, be with them as well. In terms of your spiritual advice, what we have here is this, and this is really important because I feel like a lot of you wanna be careful about moderation. Okay, I don't see like Aquarius typically, like you're actually other areas of your life. Okay, so like you might lose yourself in relationships because what I'm feeling here is there is no Pentacles card. Okay, the only one showing up here is the Five of Pentacles, which is not a great card. And then we have the World, where you are like flitting from one thing to the next. So I feel like you're not very grounded this month. You're trying to be, and you're getting yourself there. But I feel that, when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to how emotionally invested you are in other people, and you're dealing with people who are quite intense, they're very black or white. They're very intense with their feelings because we have the King of Cups, which is somebody who is, this is somebody who, male or female, they know what they want and they kind of beeline for that. Okay, and they might do it in a more subtle way, but they're still very adamant about their emotions. They're still very sure about what they want. And then others of you are dealing with a fire sign. a so I feel like this fire sign might be somebody new too, because we have the Ace of Wands, which indicates like a new person coming through. And so fire signs are very, very passionate, and they're very like I almost want to say impulsive. So I feel like this person has a lot of intensity too. So you're in relationships with people who are very intense, who are very sincere, but they're very intense. And I feel like you're getting swept up in it, which is not a bad thing. But I feel like other areas of your life might be neglected, such as your homes, such as your responsibilities to like, such as like your financial, bookkeeping. So I feel like you're kind of getting swept away. So the one thing that they want you to really focus on right now, especially if you're self-employed, especially if you work from home or if you dictate your own hours. So one of those three scenarios, okay? Be very, very grounded, because there is a lot of money to be had this month. There's a lot of clients. There's a lot of, you're in high, high, high demand. So if you're taking trips, if you're going away, I feel that you're going to be, significantly, uh, I feel, so be very careful this month. I feel like it's a little bit of a trade-off. One thing, will exclude the other. So it's an opportunity cost, okay? So if you are financially struggling, try to stay put this month and try to really work on your financial situation, mainly because I feel like work is going to be really busy. You're going to be in high demand. A lot of people are going to want your services. A lot of people are going to want to rely on you for whatever it is that you can provide for them. Um, so there is high income generating potential. Okay, so you have a lot of money that is trying to come through for you for this month. And I feel like it's opportunities that you might have actively sought in the past, or opportunities that are just trying to come through for you. So there's a lot of money at stake here, okay? What it's linked up with here is the Hangman. And the Hangman is a card about reassessment, okay? This is kind of like on the one hand, on the other hand. So you're kind of like straddling both sides, and you're trying to decide how to proceed forward. And I do feel that a lot of you might be in a relationship where you have a lot of financial dealings at stake, and you're trying to find a way to extract yourself from it, especially if you're in a divorce situation, separation, and you're just like kind of stuck in limbo, and you're trying to decide how to, maximize, your the payout for yourself without making this situation drag on. So I do feel that they're telling you, if you are in a relationship and you're trying to extract yourself and there are a lot of financial entanglements, they're telling you that, it's pretty much the end of the line. It's done and over with. Money you can always gain back, but being in this situation is really hurting you. So I feel that you don't really have a choice but to try to, get a clean break, okay? Because you have new energies that are trying to come through for you. You have self-employment opportunities that are kind of like right around the corner as well, if you are looking in that manner. So I don't feel that you need to worry about yourself financially. You just need to take charge of this situation and sever ties if you need to. Get a clean break so that you can have, so that you can pursue new opportunities as they come through. So I feel that a lot of you are financially, you're in a good space right now, and you have a lot more money that is trying to come through. Opportunities are panning out very, very well. So try to, look up some investment opportunities if you're concerned about money. I feel like that's where a lot of money will be had, okay? So on the other hand, we have significant relationships here. I pulled out, this is the Ten of Swords. I pulled out a card just to clarify it. And we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a situation where you have invested a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of emotions. And I feel that a lot of Aquarius, once you really care about somebody, you will give it your all, and you have trouble as well letting things go. So I feel like you are ready at this point to let a relationship go, and you have been stuck in limbo trying to decide, trying to like find ways to work it out, trying to find ways, like creative ways to make sure, that you both can be okay. But I do feel that enough's enough here. And I do feel that a lot of you will be walking away from significant relationships for this month. And I do feel it could be with family as well. I do sense that overall it is about, new ways of, like you're trying to find new ways to stabilize your life, stabilize your house, stabilize your foundation financially, and you're trying to find ways to like just allow you to stay put so that you're not shifting from one place to the next without, like a nomad. So I feel like all of these things are coming through for you. Okay, so there's a lot of reassessment I feel happening for this month, and I feel on an intuitive level, a lot of you know that you're supposed to make some changes in your life as it pertains to work, as it pertains to housing and relationships. But if you have been putting them off in the past, I do feel this is the month in which things start to, bubble up and they're coming to a culmination point, okay? So let's go into your love reading and let's see what's in store for you guys. You had a really good reading last month, and I'm hoping the energy is consistent because I feel like a lot of you are happily in relationships, but you need to close some doors on the past as well. So, like I said, you can't really have it all. If you have an ex and you're still talking to, and you want to like, not burn bridges because you want to become friends, maybe the time is not now. Maybe in the future you can come back together and be friends, but I feel like you and the people that you have been involved with, you can't really stay friends because it might interfere with your new relationship. So just be careful about that, okay? Try to minimize the group of friends. So I feel overall it's going to be better for you. So let's see. Okay, so you have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups coming back out again from the previous reading. Okay, give me a moment. Sorry about that. So I'm going to overlay it one more time so we know which direction we are looking at. So one last card here for the Three of Swords. Okay. So let's talk. Well, actually, I want to talk about the past first, and then we'll go into the rest of the cards so that you know if this situation pertains to you. Okay, so in the past position, we have here the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. Both of these are major arcana cards, and they indicate a very, very deep soul-searching type of journey that you have been doing. So I feel like if this pertains to you, then, watch the rest. The Hermit is a kind of like a self-imposed isolation, okay? So I feel like a lot of you, Aquarius are very, very dynamic, very enthusiastic people. They're great. They make great first impression on everybody because you're quite friendly, you're quite talkative, you're very knowledgeable, quite intelligent, and like bright like a penny. So I feel that a lot of you have many, many suitors overall throughout the course of your life. Whenever you're single, you have a lot of people that are, at least interested in you and they're flirting with you. And I feel that you come into a lot of social interactions with a very nonchalant, with a very friendly vibe. So the other person don't really know The other people don't really know how you feel about them. So I feel like you have been keeping people at a distance, okay? So like you're keeping people at arm's length, and I do feel that a lot of people, on the one hand, we have a lot of people that are interested in you. And we're talking high caliber people that want to be in a stable relationship with you. They're generally very like well-traveled people. They might be culturally different from you. So you're dealing with a lot of good, positive people overall that want to be in your midst. However, what I feel is happening is this is a card about self-seclusion, self-imposed isolation. You are keeping to yourself. You're happy with your own company. I feel like a lot of you are tinkering with a lot of things. Like you have a lot of hobbies, you have a lot of interests. You're trying to expand your mind. You're trying to like absorb information. You're trying to make yourself into a better person. And because you're not overly like a sexual sign unless you have a lot of fire in you. So unless you have like, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, rising or moon sign, if you're a person with heavy Aquarian traits, unless you have a lot of fire in you, I feel like you're not a very, very like sexual, like, I want to say even sensual type of person. So you're really happy with your own company, and you might have kept yourself like from dating. You might have found one excuse after another to just not date and just be by yourself. And I feel like it has really worked well for you. And I feel what's happening is that you are encountering new people. If you haven't already for the past few months, I feel that you're encountering new people. And what's coming through is we have here a water sign. So this is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is somebody that is very, very like, they're very intense, I feel. And Scorpio does come to mind. They're the most intense of all the water signs. I feel like a lot of you might be involved with this person who's like making really, really big gestures in order to be with you. Okay, so like they're making their feelings known. They're not somebody that is shy about expressing how they feel. They're pretty adamant about, wanting to build a relationship with you, wanting to be with you, wanting like to have a relationship, and even taking the relationship to the next level. And I feel like for some of you, this person has too much intensity. They might expect too much from you, and you're not really ready to give it your all just yet. For others of you, I feel that this is a person that you were involved with, and like you were involved with, that have been in your life for a few years. I feel once again they are linked up with another person, which indicates like you might find out they've moved on, because we have the Three of Swords, which indicates separation. So you might find out that they've moved on, that they're, involved with another person, and they're trying to take their relationship with the other person to the next level. So we have two ways in which this could play out, but I feel like this is someone who's making a declarative statement about wanting to be with you. And I do feel as well, if you are dealing with this person from a distance, there might be some sadness associated with it, not because you're physically separating from each other, but because there's that sense of distance about, not being able to be with them. You might get communication from this person to bridge the distance between the two of you. They might come to see you if you're dealing with this person and it's a new person. They might come to see you, like travel quite a ways to come and be with you. All right. What is coming through in your foundation here? We do have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is a situation where we are taking a little bit of a break in order to fight another day. It's linked up here with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups usually indicates sadness, regrets, disappointment with a situation, and we're not really sure how to proceed forward. So on the one hand, I feel that a lot of you might have been in situations in the past where you were involved with a partner, and I feel like you might be dealing with, you're involved with a partner, And I feel like even though you both were together, you're not very compatible. And as a result of it, you felt very alone in the relationship. So they, like your time, your schedule might have been different where you rarely got to see each other. There's a sense of estrangement between the two of you. And I feel that you want out. You want out of this relationship mainly because you don't feel emotionally nurtured. You also didn't feel as if you were both in it for keeps. And I do sense for a lot of you, you might just, like this is a situation where somebody still wants to be with you and they still want to make their love known. And they are very sincere. And I feel that that they're very sincere. But the love is not there from your end anymore. And you want out of that relationship. So I do feel that a lot of you, if you have been in struggling relationships, I feel like you just want to bounce. You just want out of it, okay? Because what's coming through is what I'm sensing, and it could be all signs, not just a water sign. They're making their feelings known, and I feel like you're drifting away. You have already moved on. A lot of you might have shifted from a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, to a new person who just came into the picture past few months. This is a new person, okay? We have here the Page of Swords as well as the Knight of Swords. So I feel that you're smitten by somebody else and you might have shifted from a water sign to an air sign. The water sign might be, trying to get you to come back, but it's done and over with. You have already emotionally uh, withdrew your affection and you are moving on with an air sign. So the air sign is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I feel this is somebody with a lot of fire in them because the way they come in, they're very fast, very driven, kind of reckless, but not in a bad way. I feel like they're still smart, quite exciting, quite intelligent, but I feel there is a lot of fire with this person. So I'm feeling like, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra with like a lot of Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, either their moon, their Mars, or their rising. So you're dealing with somebody with a lot of fire, with a lot of drive, ambition, and they know what they want. They beelines it for you because I feel like this is somebody who is a very, very directed energy. And if you have been in the past, dealing with a person, a significant other, I feel like a lot of you did all the work. So even Aquarius female dating men, I feel like the men you might have dated were very passive. So actually, if you're just an Aquarius dating other people, and especially a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, they're very passive. And I feel that, you were the one that had to do everything. A lot of planning, a lot of like management, a lot of like getting things rolling. And I feel like a lot of you were the types where, if you wanted to do something with them, if you wanted to get something done, you had to plan things out. And they don't really take the initiative, mainly because, they're a little bit more laid back. But I feel like whoever is you're dealing with right now, this air sign, they're very aggressive, they're very directed, they're very ambitious. And I feel like you can, you find yourself kind of sitting back. You don't have to take the reins now. And I feel that a lot of you, it really boosts your ego when the other person takes initiative because it shows you that they are serious about you. And this is something a lot of people don't know about Aquarius, okay? Aquarius is a fixed sign. So if you want to court an Aquarius person, male or female, just make sure that you're not just all talk. I feel that, if you tell them, hey, let's meet here at this time on this date, they will be there. And I feel that that's the best way to handle an Aquarius. Mainly, just don't tell them, like, don't leave it up to them because they want you to take initiative and they might not say it, but they really do. So I feel like for those of you who are courting an Aquarius, male or female, it is best for you to just say, hey, let's meet for a drink, let's meet for lunch, let's meet for a date. Meet me here, here, here at this specific time on this specific date. If they say okay, I feel that, they're going to be there. And they really like it when people take initiative. So I feel like you're meeting somebody who is taking a lot of initiative in order to plan a lot of exciting dates, plan things so that everything goes smoothly. And I feel that the pressure is off you, so now you can enjoy the moment without having to, overly plan and think about things, okay? And work out the logistics, I guess. So what's crowning you? And the crowning energy is something that you are thinking about. We have here the Page of Cups. This is a really good energy as it pertains to love. This is kind of like not only loving the other person, but like liking them as a person. So I hope that makes sense. It's sort of like, I feel a lot of you are in a relationship right now. You might have shifted from a water sign to a water sign that has been in your life for quite some time. They're in another relationship right now. And you're shifting to an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. If you are dealing with a water sign, there's a sense of geographical distance separating the two of you. There might be some issues with communication. There might be a lot of drinking as well involved with them. So I feel like that might be a barrier, one of the obstacles that you're dealing with. And either way, whoever you're newly involved with, I do feel like there's a great deal of emotional rapport. Like you actually like each other. You get along really well. Um, there's a lot of like, admiration coming through. So I feel like it's not just lust. I don't feel that it's just lust, okay? Because this is showing up in conjunction with the Ace of Wands, which indicates a lot of lust, a lot of like sexual energy, a lot of passion, a lot of attraction. But I feel like it's also, there's a lot of friendship. There's a lot of like mutual understanding involved as well. So I feel like you're dealing with another person that you actually really like spending time with. So overall, it is going to be a very good month as it pertains to love relationships. There is a little bit of a separation here, a little bit of disappointment. If you're dealing with a water sign for the past few years, and I feel like they're in another relationship right now, and it's going to be known to you, and you're going to have to choose to, decide what to do with this information. But the rest of it looks very good to me. I feel like new air sign coming through, and especially for those of you who are out dating, there's going to be somebody with a previous marriage entanglement. That is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, for those who are single and dating. And then we have an air sign as well that's very aggressive. And I feel like, not in a bad way, but I feel like they're very directed about what they want, okay? So your days of being, playing hermit, sequestering yourself away from society, from dating is over. And I feel like you can no longer make excuses about, why you're single, because there are options coming through. So on the one hand, I feel like a lot of you are still grappling with this, whether or not to remain friends with somebody, or whether or not to have like a sexual, liaison with another person. So I do see friends with benefits coming through, but a lot of you are looking for a little bit more stability in your love life, okay? Coupled people, I do see a lot of trips coming through, a lot of celebrations, trips, travel, housing situation, like lodging, accommodations, and things like that. It looks very, very good. But once again, I feel like if you're in a coupled relationship, you're doing a lot more of the planning than the other person is. And it would be helpful if you talk to them and tell them, that you don't like to do it, if that's your thing, because I feel like the other person needs to step up, okay? So you need to like balance that aspect out of the relationship in order for things to be smooth in the future. So best of luck, Aquarius. If you'd like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com. Enjoy the rest of this month, and I'll be back for the mid-month reading. Take care. Bye-bye.